Coming up today on Studio 13 Live. Queen Bee is coming to Seattle. We'll tell you about her stops in the upper left as part of her Renaissance World Tour.
Then two of the performers from Teatro Zanzani's coming home, joining us to talk about their run here in Seattle, and they'll do one of their iconic performances.
Plus, we're kicking off Black History Month with the Northwest African-American Museum.
And our friends from Brimmer and Heel Tap stopping by the show to show us how to make some delicious recipes from their Seattle cafe. Studio 13 Live starts right now.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile. Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I'm gonna make
Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with us today. We always love having you. I'm Carly Henderson.
And I'm Maria Garcia, and I'm going to tell some of our floor folks were dancing. They were shaking it to the song, and I'm here for it.
How can you not? How can you not? When that beat drops. All right, so the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just announced its list of 2023 induction nominees.
Yeah, so to qualify, an artist or a band has to have released their first commercial recording 25 years prior. That's quite a long time, and there are 14 nominees this year. 8 of them are first-time nominees, so it's a quite the list, y'all. We got Kate Bush, Sheryl Crow, Missy Elliott, Iron Maiden, Joy Division / New Order, Cyndi Lauper, George Michael, Willie Nelson, Rage Against the Machine, Soundgarden, The Spinners, A Tribe Called Quest, White Stripes, and Warren Zevon. Great list right there. Do you have a favorite?
Maybe Cyndi Lauper. I can't believe she's not already in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I feel like Kate Bush really just had like a renaissance, if you will.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like I'd be down with that, but is it because she's popular now?
I don't know. I wasn't alive back then in her heyday, but I do love that song now, I have to tell you. And I think it's great Stranger Things put it back on the map.
I'm just so young and vibrant.
I've got so much youth here.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Okay, someone else we love, Beyonce. She just announced her Renaissance World Tour today, and it may not break her soul, but it might break Ticketmaster. Queen Bee takes off the U.S. portion of her tour in July and will be making her way to Seattle on September 13th at Lumen Field.
So this will be the 28-time Grammy winner's first world tour since 2018, when she hit the road with her husband Jay-Z for On the Run Part 2. Her dance album Renaissance is up for several Grammy Awards. People really loving it. More info on how to buy or register to buy the tickets will soon be available on her website. I hear the tickets are going on sale on Monday, perhaps. And I guess really I'm going to try to get tickets, but what I'm curious about is, will I be able to, Ticketmaster?
I know, I feel so defeated after the whole Taylor Swift experience. I hope, I don't know. It's tough out there, you know. But I do love that she announced this on the very first day of Black History Month. How cool is that?
That is beautiful,
Yeah.
although I did see a lot of people on Twitter mad, jokingly mad, because they said, how dare you announce this right after we got to pay our rent and our mortgage, because it's the first of the month.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I need to do that later tonight.
We're all going to try our best. We're all going to try our best. Well, listen to this. Ozzy Osbourne announced that he is canceling all of the rest of his upcoming shows, and even claimed that his career is over after he suffered a damaged spine. The heavy metal singer says that his voice is fine, but he had an accident to his spine 4 years ago, and he just cannot cope with the travel that's required for a tour.
Yeah, he also faced some health setbacks back in 2020 after he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, underwent surgery, and his team's looking for ways that they can still have him perform without traveling. But for now, the 74-year-old Black Sabbath singer is retiring from touring, and he thanks his family, his fans, his band, and his crew for all their support. He's got to be tired, right?
What a career, just a long, wild career. And you know, just based on what we know that Ozzy has said himself and what you know generally of a rock star's life, you know, it's always really impressive to me when there's that longevity, you know, whether it's health or just remaining popular. And I love Ozzy Osbourne. Like, the music I'm familiar with, but I just kind of like that he's had this great career. I actually named a cat I had after him, named Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
That's a really cute name for a cat. You know, the thing that surprised me too is obviously he's undergoing a lot of health problems, but happening now after biting off the head of a bat, snorting ants, like living that rock star life, but it's his spine that hurt him. He had to get treated for rabies after that bat incident, which he thought was apparently a toy bat at the time. I was reading all about it this morning.
What a mistake to make.
What a life. Don't bite the heads off of fake animals, because they could be real.
They could be real.
Life lessons from Ozzy Osbourne. The GOAT, Tom Brady, says he is stepping away from the game of football. But this time, it's for good.
So he says, girl. He made the announcement earlier today, ending an incredible 23-year career.
Morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. Really, thank you guys so much, to every single one of you, for supporting me. My family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. I could go on forever. There's too many. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing.
Brady went on to say that he won't make a big deal out of the announcement since he used all that time up the last time he announced a year ago. Tom Brady will retire with 7 Super Bowl rings and 3 MVP awards, and truly, you know, an incredible career for someone who was picked 199th in the NFL draft. So don't let them stop you from being great, right?
Keep going, keep going. Yeah, I guess this is kind of giving me like when Jay-Z said he wasn't going to be rapping anymore and then only took like 40 days off or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I believe him this time.
I think so too. I mean, he had a rough go this particular season, and I think for somebody who was at such a high level in their career to then have to deal with the fumbles, if you will. Sorry,
nice pun.
Pun not intended. That life will throw at you, that the rest of us have to deal with. That could be a hard blow. But you know what? I'm going to tell on you guys. I heard our folks in production talking about you're thanking your family, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got to talk about that. That was supposedly one of the reasons why he and his now ex-wife, Gisele Bundchen, got a divorce.
I know. So now she's probably like, oh, really, now you're quitting football? Come on, come on. It has to be hard too, because I feel like, you know, being known as arguably the best football player of all time, his identity has to be so tied to that. So to walk away from it, that's a big move. But second time's a charm, Tom Brady.
We'll have to see. We will have to see. But I'm sure that he is going to be involved in many projects moving forward. So it's not like the end of his career entirely, just this phase of his career.
Yeah, you know, I kind of feel like the theme of today's show so far is people quitting, because this next story is about that as well. After 21 years on the air, the popular TV show Dr. Phil is coming to an end. Former psychologist Dr. Phil McGraw made the announcement Tuesday that the show will have its final episode this spring.
So he noted with this show that, quote, we have helped thousands of guests and millions of viewers through everything from addiction to mental illness. And this has been an incredible chapter of my life and career, and there is much more I wish to do.
Yeah, he began his career, if you remember, on the Oprah Winfrey Show and has been working in TV for over 25 years. And the 72-year-old doesn't have any plans of retirement anytime soon. He's going to continue to executive produce the show, So Help Me Todd, and will still host his 2 podcasts. And it sounds like he's got some other things under wraps, but they're just not ready to announce it yet, too.
Yeah, well, this is more of a shift, right? Like maybe where you have more viewers or listeners versus what his TV show was looking like nowadays, because it had been on the air for so long.
Yeah, for sure. It's the second most popular daytime television show aside from Live with Kelly and Ryan. I'm sure we're the 3rd most popular.
Obviously, we're coming for that #1
manifesting
spot.
it right there. All right, Adele, I love this story.
Yeah.
She was moved to tears by a fan interaction in the middle of her Las Vegas residency show. This man showed her a photo of his late wife while she was singing When We Were Young, and then she later dedicated a song to the man and fully just let the waterworks flow. Take a look.
She can see what I can see, because I know I talk to a few people every night, But then I would just see little stories of people happening, and there was a man. He's just there. Can you see him holding his phone up? I think that's his wife on his phone, and I don't think she's here. And it just really moved me, and it looks like you're on your own, and I'm so sorry. It's like I see these little pockets of people's lives when I walk through, and it's so beautiful.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Beautiful.
Too. And like you can tell in the video too. So he showed her his phone as she was walking past him, and she didn't see it right away. So I think that's why she felt bad about it. Someone must have alerted her to it. But it wasn't like he was needing her to see it or anything like that. It was like he was showing the picture, and it was almost like he just wanted his wife to be a part of it. It's the sweetest thing ever.
I have to tell you that when I saw this video, I saw it on TikTok, of course, I'm always on TikTok, but the thing is that I saw it first, and I thought he was on FaceTime with his wife, which was already cute enough, but then when I finished watching it, man, it was a punch to the gut, I will tell you, because I mean, it just breaks your heart.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful to celebrate love like that. You know, even after a person is gone, you can still honor them. You can still remember them in that beautiful way.
Yeah. And Adele, when she was talking about kind of getting glimpses into pockets of people's lives, I thought that was really interesting too. It made me think of all the different artists that go on tour. And I mean, it's already such an incredible feat to go to all these different cities and put on these huge, explosive shows, especially doing the Las Vegas residency. So many people come through hers. But that's so interesting to think you just get these like little glimpses into people's lives. We almost get that a little bit with the different guests that come on our show. I feel like we have these special moments with them. We get to talk to them a little bit before and after. Not me comparing myself to a pop star over here.
Just queens on queens on queens. You know
we can relate so much to Adele.
You know what I do really love about Adele, though? Like you said, she just loves to make these little connections with her fans. But the woman has also forgotten that she is famous. There is this video that I saw on social media, and she is in this club. She might have had a little drinky drink, you know, which you might do at a club. And she looked briefly terrified and was like, why is everybody staring at me? Why is everybody screaming? And somebody had to be like, girl, you're Adele.
Just a woman of the people here.
Very sweet.
She's a good time.
All right, still ahead, we are taking a look at what's popping off in the world of celebrity news, including the custody battle brewing between Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde.
But first, let's check in on what our buddy Scott is talking about today. Hey, Scott.
The Life and Times of the Temptations is coming to the Paramount Theater from January 24th to February 5th. Ain't Too Proud is the electrifying new smash hit Broadway musical that follows the Temptations' extraordinary journey from the streets of Detroit to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Nominated for 12 Tony Awards and winner of the 2019 Tony Award for Best Choreography, Ain't Too Proud tells the thrilling story of brotherhood, family, loyalty, and betrayal as the group's personal and political conflicts threaten to tear them apart during a decade of civil unrest in America. See this incredible show while it's here in Seattle at the Paramount Theater for just 2 weeks by visiting stgpresents.org. Now, let's get back to the show.
Oh, hello. It is time to take a look at what is popping off in the world of celebrity news.
And for that, we are bringing in Fabian Garcia from TMZ. Hey, Fabian.
Hey, you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, always good to see you. So we talked a little bit about Tom Brady a bit ago, but what you're talking about is what's next for him. Give us a scoop on that.
Yeah, as you guys might have heard, he signed a deal with Fox Sports, to appear as a broadcaster for them. It's like a multi-year deal. And last year there was some confusion about when that was going to go into effect. Obviously, he unretired, played another season. But now that he's saying that he's retiring for good now, there's some speculation about whether, or when I should say, when is Tom Brady going to appear on camera for Fox? And of course, with the Super Bowl right around the corner, there was some intrigue as to whether he would actually appear on Fox as a broadcaster for the big game. We're hearing that's not going to happen. Fox just learned about it like the rest of us this morning. So they don't have him lined up to be one of the broadcasters for the Super Bowl. But he is going to be part of the Fox family here with us soon enough. And yeah, the retirement heard around the world again.
Yeah, looking forward to having him in the Fox fam. I'm sure he will be commenting on many Super Bowls to come.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, let's switch gears now. Let's talk custody drama for Jason Sudeikis and Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, so this is a little convoluted, so stay with me if you can. Do you guys remember back last spring when Olivia Wilde was served papers at this like film festival con? It was like a big dramatic thing. As it turned out, they were custody papers on behalf of Jason Sudeikis. We wanted to hash out custody with their kids, right? They share 2 young children. And Jason wanted the custody issue to be dealt with in New York. Olivia wanted it to be dealt with in LA. There was dispute over where their primary residence was. You know, they kind of live bi-coastal. In the end, in July, a judge finally laid down the law and said, no, this is going to be handled custody-wise here in LA. The latest thing we're hearing now is that Jason's attorneys have once again gone to court in New York, now saying, okay, fine, custody in LA. Let's handle child support in New York. Once again, kind of relitigating this issue about where exactly this is going to be dealt with. And as you might imagine, Olivia Wilde's attorneys are not happy with this. We're hearing they're going to be in court asking to quash that basically because their argument is, look, the custody was already decided to be in LA. Why is Jason wanting the child support issue dealt with in New York? Why is he opening up this? Why is he doing this again as if it wasn't already settled? And the backdrop of all of this, of course, is over the weekend, we got photos of them out and about in LA. They were hugging it out after some meeting, looking very kumbaya, and everybody thought, okay, they're on the same page now. They're turning a new leaf. They're good again. They're not good again. They're still kind of battling over this child support, child custody thing. So they're anything but peaceful at this point.
Oh man, this is like the bad side of being bi-coastal. Everybody dreams about it. This is the rough side.
Now, do we have any insight as to if it's more favorable legally to do the child support in New York versus LA? I mean, it seems like petty fighting otherwise.
It does seem petty. I don't have insight into that, but we do have insight into this. We're hearing from Jason's people that he is willing to pay child support, a reasonable amount of child support, and we're hearing that he'll do it either through agreement with both of them, or if a New York judge specifically demands it. So it's a little strange that Jason is kind of making this play here. I can't really understand it myself.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Fabian Garcia, thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Of course.
Is it pretty wild? Olivia Wilde?
Oh, Wilde, W-I-L-D-E, which is her fake last name.
Poet and don't even know it. All right, coming up, we are chatting with an amazing acrobatic duo from Teatro Zanzani, coming home.
They are going to be chatting about the shows in Seattle and what fans can expect. And then later on, they're going to perform, so stick with us.
I wanna see you smile, take you another mile.
Hello, welcome back. Teatro Zanzani is back with their first local run in years. The show really bringing artists from around the globe together for some incredible performances.
Yeah, it's a unique blend of dinner, circus, and cabaret.
We want to introduce our wonderful guests today. We are so excited to have them here. So joining us today, we have Michael Bajazet. I'm trying my best, but it's a beautiful name, though. And Vala Romanova. And this is really just amazing to have you here, guys.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
you were commenting on how comfy the couch was before. We were all settling in before.
Very comfy.
Very comfy. The show's already so popular, and you guys actually had to extend the dates a little bit?
Yes,
That's
yes,
incredible.
until March 12th.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you still got a couple months to check them out.
Absolutely.
A little over a month.
So talk to us what it is that you love so much about the performances.
The performances, well, what I like about this venue, Teatro Zanzani, is that it includes different style of performance and artists. You have circus performers, you have comedians, amazing singers, and just regular character, like who are eccentric characters, and you brought all them together, and that's what Zinzani is. It's really hard to describe. You really have to experience it yourself, because it's very inclusive. It's 3 hours, like 2 hours and a half, really, and we are like doing animation during people eating. And when the animation is finished, we have performances, and it's a really fun show to watch and also a very fun show to be part of.
Wonderful.
I had the pleasure of checking out a show when I was in Chicago, and I can say it's very entertaining, and it's the perfect mix of all those different things.
Yes.
It was great. I know, Michael, you have been performing with the group for 19 years.
Yeah.
Talk about how you got here.
Well, I got here in 2003, and somebody saw me perform, not only me, but my other partners. One of my partner is doing pole, Chinese pole, now in the show. So we've been reunited in that show, which is really nice. And they saw us performing in Germany. And they invited us to come to Seattle 20 years ago. And it was an amazing experience, and we decided to stay. So that's why we've been for such a long time here. Yeah.
And Vlada, you have won multiple awards for your performances. Tell us about that.
I'm a new person in Teatro Zanzani. I'm like a new generation here because like Michael worked for 19 years, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. When he started working, I was 5.
He's like, let's not do the math. Let's not do the math with this man.
So yeah, for me it's a great experience because how Michael said, it's really difficult to describe what is that. It's like mix of the cabaret, circus, like animation and all that thing. And it's really nice to see everything in one place. So you can eat, you can enjoy the show, you can just relax for 3 hours, and 3 hours just like goes like this super fast. So it's a great experience.
Wonderful.
For anyone who hasn't heard of Teatro Zanzani before, talk a little bit more in detail about what people can expect.
So when you come in, first of all, the venue is really beautiful. This is really always been striking to me, even if you see from outside. Once you step in, the decoration of the lobby
Super
and the
rich,
venue.
you wanna wear
Yes, you want to wear beautiful clothes because the venue itself is really nice. Of course, you can be casual because, you know, it's how you feel, but the venue itself looks amazing. You have amazing drinks, cocktails are amazing. The food is really good. And just when you step in, you already feel like in a different world. You know, you cannot forget your own problem. You can leave it behind. And even if you bring it with you, we are here to make you forget about it. I do this every day. You know, you first like 15 minutes of animation, I go to table, and I'm trying to gently get them ease and relax, and to do small jokes, not too strong because you know people just coming, they went in traffic, and you're like a crazy person coming to your table. So I always try to ease up the audience in the beginning before the show starts.
We all need that.
And so they have an idea of what's going to be a little bit.
And we have about a minute left, but I have to hear, what kind of toll does this take on your bodies? You guys are working really hard.
Hey, what toll?
No toll.
No.
Oh, perfect. Athletes, wonderful answer.
How do you kind of decompress at the end of the day, though? Because it has to be really high energy. Like you said, it's a whole other world.
It takes, for me personally, it takes me around 2-3 hours. So I go to sleep really late because I'm still really wired.
Yeah.
I don't know about
excited
you.
after the show, because it's a lot of emotions. You like speak with the people and they give you a lot of energy, which is like good. And you have to a little bit calm down after the show.
Oh, wonderful. All amped up. But I love this idea of just a full experience for the people who are attending the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Michael, Vlada, thank you so much for coming in
You're
today.
welcome.
And don't go anywhere because they are going to be back to perform in less than 20 minutes. So stick around for that.
Coming up, we are celebrating Black History Month with a look at new exhibits at the Northwest African American Museum.
Yep. Plus, see what events they have coming up and some special people that they're going to be honoring. We'll be right back.
Don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait, don't gotta wait today. It's happening all around, like sunshine through the clouds. I wanna see you smile, take you another mile.
All right, welcome back. February is Black History Month, and we are highlighting local businesses, organizations, and incredible people in the community. The Northwest African American Museum recently reopened its doors with new exhibits featuring Black artists.
And joining us to tell us all about that, we have the president and CEO of the Northwest African American Museum, Lanisha DeBartoladem, and exhibit curator Eric Salisbury. Welcome, welcome.
We're happy to be here.
Glad to be
Happy to
here.
have you. And you guys have a fun name for your crew, right? The Namely.
We are the family.
Yes, we are.
That's great. So you reopened on MLK Day. You were closed for a couple of years, right?
We were.
Yes.
That must feel so good to be reopened. What was that like?
It was grand. So we did hold our grand reopening on Dr. King Day. There were thousands of people there. The annual MLK March ended at NAMM for the first time in history.
Beautiful.
On that day. We had acclaimed actor and activist Jesse Williams as our moderated keynote speaker. There were all kinds of activities for children. And it was just a great day to reconvene, reconnect, and regather community at the newly reopened African American Museum.
Wonderful. And Eric, you actually debuted the new art exhibits as the curator. So talk to us a little bit. You were chatting with us during the break about how you curate this.
Oh, I was just saying that, it's very organic. It's about knowing what we want to portray, what we want to show people. When we're thinking about healing, restoration, a gallery reopening, and so we wanted artists that would have work that would be uplifting. And so we found 4 artists, it's Chantel Jackson, Vincent Keel, we also have Lamar, and we have Yegi Michaels. And I mean, they came through for us. And I mean, when you go there, you see this fabulous work, colorful, full of energy, full of life, full of stories. And so you got to come out and see it. If you haven't been there, you got to come.
We haven't been yet, so we definitely need to
Sounds
check
like
it
a
out.
good
We've
time.
been saying this is the month we're going to start hitting up the museums.
Yes,
Gotta do it.
absolutely.
There's other exhibits too. We
Yeah.
have The Journey, which is Jacob Lawrence, and we're featuring his wife, Gwendolyn Knight, one of her pieces too. And we're just proud to have that on board. And also, we have a photography show, which is about the march. It's because they're celebrating 40 years of marching right here in the Pacific Northwest.
That's incredible.
So that is, what you want to come out and see throughout those years what people have been doing. And then we have one more exhibit, and it's through Onyx Gallery, Onyx Collective. And they have honored us with their artists, and it's a freedom of expression is their exhibit.
That's awesome. And Lanisha, we have to talk about this because this is so cool. This is the first museum in the country to have its own choir?
We are. So we have the African American Cultural Ensemble, or also known as ACE, and they've been performing for about 2 years now all over the region. They sing songs of inspiration, songs of culture, heritage, healing, and hope. And so we're very proud of that choir that's really elevating African American heritage stories through song, music, and rhythm.
That's amazing.
It is.
And I would love to hear from both of you on this, but I think there is a tendency, and it's both well-meaning and necessary, to talk about the difficulties that the African American community has faced throughout history. But talk to me about the importance of also celebrating joy and light and color and art and music in the community as well.
These stories, this culture, this art, it's about honoring our humanity as African Americans and really asserting Black wellness, Black well-being, Black excellence, Black beauty, Black futures, the sustainability of Black futures. And that's what Eric does as curator through art.
Yeah, and for me, I have a motto, and it's positive art does wonders for the heart.
Aww.
And so to me, that's what it's about. We live in a world where so much of the negativity is being showcased.
Yeah.
And to me, it takes a little extra effort to just bring forth that which is positive, that is uplifting. People need to break away from that, and art is one way to do that.
I love that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Let's also talk about the James Baldwin Circle. This is an award that is, tell us all about it.
Yes, and so the Northwest African American, the Northwest African American Museum created the James Baldwin Circle to uplift and honor African American writers who are writing to advance justice and equity. And this is the second year that we have presented this award to a writer. And this year, New York Times best-selling author Ijeoma Oluo has been bestowed as the James Baldwin awardee. She's the author of the wonderful book, So You Want to Talk About Race? And she just published a new book called Mediocre, The Dangerous Legacy of White Male America. She writes in truth-telling ways, very much like James Baldwin. And last year's honoree was Marcus Harrison Green. And so we have this legacy of really honoring and uplifting Black journalists and Black writers.
I love that. She's from Seattle, too,
She's
right?
from Seattle. She's based right here in Seattle. And the program can be seen on NAM's YouTube channel.
Love that.
That is so exciting. Now, we do also have to talk about this. You were named the 2022 Woman of Influence honoree by Puget Sound Business Journal. Congratulations to you. How does that feel?
Thank you all. You know, every bit of success is team effort. And so I really applaud the team at NAM, the NAMily, and the community of supporters who really make this museum thrive and fulfill an amazing mission. So it's a team success.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. And we're going to have to come check you out.
Thank you. Please do.
Yes. Absolutely. Lanisha and Eric, thank you so much. And make sure to check out the Northwest African American Museum and their new exhibits. We've got all that info up on our website for you, fox13seattle.com/Studio13Live.
All right. Thank you again. It was a pleasure chatting with you. Coming up, we are taking a look at what is trending on TikTok.
Yes, including a 5-star dinner cruise that will leave you laughing and hungry. Stick with us.
I wanna see you smile.
It is time for TikTok, where we talk about what people are talking about on TikTok. You get that?
I love it. And for that, we are bringing in our social media expert, Justine Baker. Good morning to you, Justine.
Good morning.
Good to see you. We matched today.
We did, twins.
Okay, so I'm excited to hear about this. So I guess there's a video on TikTok that's going around of people cracking up over a 5-star dining experience.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
So there was a cruise that this lady booked for her family, and she was a little surprised at the meal. Let's take a look at the video.
Chicken nuggets?
Sure. Thank you. Ooh, chicken nuggets.
What's happening?
Just one single chicken nugget was their meal.
Was it the meal or was it like an app?
No, that was the full meal.
No.
That was the meal. She ended up going into the comments and was talking about how it was only a 6 out of 10. The chicken nugget wasn't even that good.
Oh my gosh. It's almost like the people who curated that menu thought, big plate, tiny item. That's what fine dining is. But you can't just put a chicken nugget on the plate.
That is hilarious. I would be a little salty, I have to be honest.
Oh,
because,
sure.
Are you kidding me?
You're probably paying a lot for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be so hungry afterwards.
All right, what do you have for us next?
This next one we got to do with you guys this morning. There is a trending filter where people see what celebrity they look like. So let's take a look at that video.
There is a new filter on TikTok which shows you who your celebrity lookalike is, and I'm curious, so let's give it a try. Let's see. I don't even know who that is.
How do you not know who that is?
Right?
She does. She
Come
does.
on.
What are the Jenners. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we did it with you guys.
Yes,
so let's take a look at those videos.
There is a new filter on TikTok which shows you who your celebrity lookalike is, and I'm curious, so let's give it a try. Let's see.
I'm twinning with Ariana. Ariana.
That's like you and Ariana Grande's name combined.
That's right. That's right.
And Ariana.
Twins. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay, nice.
What about Carly?
Oh, just wait. Okay, let's see what celebrity this filter thinks I look like. I don't know why I'm smiling. Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj. Wow.
Haven't you always thought Nicki and I were twinning? I'm certainly as cool and edgy as she is.
Sure. Yes, absolutely. I will say, I never know how accurate these are. Sometimes it's like the light or something about the way you're holding your face. But I swear that one time it said I look like Pete Davidson, and I've never been madder.
I would never log back into the app.
Lots of love to Pete Davidson, but my man, we are not twins.
You don't look anything like Pete Davidson. Oh my God. Justine, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, we are back with an amazing acrobatic duo from Teatro Zanzani's Coming Home.
Yes, and we're going to see them perform right here. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile.
Hey, hey, we are back with Michael and Vlada from Teatro Zanzani's Coming Home. Tell us about what you're going to be performing today.
We're gonna perform Hand to Hand today, so it's our new act.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Tell us how long it took you guys to prepare for this.
So for us, it's been a month we've been training, and now just 2 weeks performing together.
Wow.
Yeah.
So pretty new.
We are
with each
fresh
other.
together.
Yeah.
It took longer to learn,
Yeah.
but I was not with her at that time.
And we got a little sneak peek, guys. This thing is amazing. Cannot wait for everybody to see it.
Let's see
ready?
you perform.
Yes.
Sure.
We'll take your mics and let you do your thing.
If I held my breath on you, I would have died 1,000 times. And if chewing was to show you how much I kid, I'll probably be wearing dentures by now. Said if I held my breath on you, I would have died 1,000 times. And if chewing was to show you how much I kid, I'll probably be wearing dentures by now. Now promises broken, nemesis, our token. So you turn around, march on to your new home. Oh, wherever you're gone, darling, please don't you ever forget to treat others the way you want to be treated. Remember your days are full and numbered. Just march on. March on. March on. If you held your breath on me, you would have died a million times. And if chewing was to show me how much you care, you'd probably swallow your tongue by now. All I'm trying to say, darling, is that you know very well that I left half for you. I guess you're doing the same old, same thing to me now.
Woo! You guys are amazing! That was incredible. How does it feel?
You're catching your breath.
Wow. You're making me feel like I need to stretch.
Yes,
You're very flexible.
absolutely.
Were you holding your breath while she had her palm on your forehead?
No, actually, I'm breathing.
Oh my god.
we don't want him to pass out.
Because
Oh
I
my
saw you
gosh.
take a big breath out afterward. I was like, whoa, that would be so hard on so many levels. I'm so impressed.
Well, you guys are, one, beautiful dancers, but also the feats that you are able to accomplish are just so amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was incredible. You can check out Coming Home on Teatro Zanzani now through March 12th. We posted some more info on fox13seattle.com/studio13live. Woo!
Thank you.
Round of applause,
Round
you
of
guys.
applause.
Beautiful. Cannot wait to go watch it in the whole deal. It's going to be amazing. All right, coming up, we have Brimmer and Heel Tap joining us to make some delicious cocktails.
Yeah, we're going to get the story behind their quirky name. We'll be right back.
I wanna see you smile.
It is time for Seattle Sips, where we highlight delicious drinks in our area.
Yeah, today we are joined by Cassandra Spangler with Brimmer and Heel Tap. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I know the whole place is very vibey, right? Tell us about kind of like the garden vibes and all of what you got going on there.
Yeah, so Brimmer and Heel Tap is located like kind of in the Ballard area. It's a historic building that has well, we've owned it for 8 years, but it's been around since 1980s.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful, has a beautiful garden outside, really old, historic little charm in the space. So when you come, you feel really cozy, really welcomed, neighborhood spot.
I think that's so amazing. It's just what you want. So you guys are cafe, bar, restaurant, and it's all Northwest themed. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so there's a bottle shop and a restaurant in the main building, and then there's a garden. You walk out, and in the back there's a cafe. Seattle loves their coffee, so the cafe is perfect. There's delicious pastries and like little bites, nice breakfast. There's a lot of options there. The bottle shop, you can get wine from anywhere, like really any region, but obviously being in Washington, we have a nice kind of specific focus on Washington wines. We have a wine director who spent a lot of time in Walla Walla specifically, a lot of old world style as well. It works as our wine list for the restaurant, so it gives the guest a lot of variety.
And it's such a unique name. Where does the name Brimmer and Heel Tap come from?
Yeah, so it comes from kind of this old English saying of when you reach the top of your glass, when your glass is kind of overflowing, it's the brimmer, the brim of the drink.
Yeah.
Heel tap is once you get to the bottom, it's that final sip. So it's like enjoying your experience with us from top to bottom, like, you know, you're from your first sip to your last.
I love that.
Yeah.
And it's a great name, too. It just sounds great.
Right. Yeah, sounds like you could stay all day, too. Get your coffee, get your pastries, get a little lunch, get a drink.
Yeah, come stay all day,
I'm
bring a
parking
book.
there.
So we are making some cocktails today. Talk to me about what we're making.
Okay, so we have 2 cocktails. Our first is going to be a low ABV cocktail. It's a soju chamomile infusion with a little bit of lemon, egg white, so you can get some frothiness to it. Some chartreuse, which is really popular. And then we have more of a martini style. That's James Bond kind of invented the martini, but also the Vesper. This was inspired by the Vesper. Yeah, so it's a fennel and apple infused. It's going to be stirred. It's a little bit lighter. And actually, speaking of Brimmer and Heel Tap, you can kind of think of these as like maybe where you'd start and, you know, start with something light and fresh. And then by the end of the meal, it's actually called evening service to have a little martini and get on your way. So
Let's get right into it.
Sweet. Okay, so we have a little bit of lemon juice. We'll start here. We're doing the turtle ship flip first, which is our low ABV. There's 3/4 lemon here. One thing about low ABV cocktails, they are kind of like overlooked in the world of like mocktail, only because people either think no alcohol or all the alcohol. This was created to be a nice middle ground. So almost like when you're ready to have that beer at the end of the night, because it's lighter, you can have a cocktail still that's not gonna really put you out.
Nice. What makes something low ABV?
Yeah, so soju is a Korean spirit, and I explain it to people as it's basically vodka in the way that's essentially flavorless, but it's only 40 proof, which is much lower than your average liquor. We also went with yellow chartreuse versus green, which yellow chartreuse is the lesser of the two when it comes to alcohol content. Really, we're just trying to create a cocktail that when you drink it, it's gonna drink really similarly to like how you'd feel after a glass of wine. So
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, right? So we're doing simple syrup here. Chartreuse, we did a 1/2 ounce of chartreuse, yellow chartreuse, 1.5 of the chamomile infused soju, and then 3/4 lemon, 1/4 simple. So you combined all of these. Put that over there. This is egg white cocktail, so we have our egg white.
Little protein, doesn't hurt.
Right. You try to be very careful when you do this, right?
That's okay.
That's okay.
That's real. That happens.
I know that happens all the time. You know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna improvise because that's what we do, right?
So talk to me about how the popularity of using egg white in cocktails. Does that make it a craft cocktail?
Sort of. I mean, craft is kind of a general statement of you know, crafting something that maybe wouldn't just come right from the bottle. A lot of people will use different infusions like we are here that add to that flavor profile. But no, I mean, an egg white really just is all about texture, feel, mouthfeel, and a little bit of look, because doesn't it look great when you have like that white foamy top to your drink?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when I went to Peru and had a pisco sour.
Oh,
It
yeah?
has egg white in
Does
it,
it have?
yeah.
Oh, very
Kind of like a
cool.
margarita a little bit.
Excellent.
Okay.
So cool.
So we might have enough egg white in here, but let's see.
Okay.
So you get a nice seal on that. Make sure the seal's towards you, because egg white, it's gonna foam. It's gonna create a lot of pressure in there. And so, see? And you kind of wanna like low and slow shake this. And the point, what I'm doing right now is without ice, is to get that froth.
Gotcha.
And if you put the ice in there too soon, that pressure builds up really quickly.
Oh, okay.
So this.
You don't want any surprises if anyone's trying this at home.
Right, totally. We're using big cubes today. You don't have to use big cubes. But I prefer them in almost anything that we do. The egg white, the size of the cube actually allows for more whipping. And then the dilution happens super slowly. And you also want to use larger cubes because you can control the dilution a little bit more.
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we have about 40 seconds left. So while we're pouring these, why don't you just very quickly tell us about the second drink?
Yeah, the second drink is, like I mentioned, Vesper. So if we had a little bit more time, what you would do with that is...
Ooh, cracked pepper.
Right. You'd put it in this beaker. You'd stir that around. I know you're going to try this one, right?
Yes.
You would stir it around this beaker with the ice. Right?
And it is foamy.
Yeah, we got a lot
I
of
love
foam in
that.
there.
We'll make the other drink on social media. We'll put it on our Instagram
Yeah,
story.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Cassandra, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
in
it's my
today.
pleasure.
We posted both drink recipes on our website, fox13seattle.com/studio13live. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.